Hey everyone, what's up? Trickisty here, and today I'm going to show you how to make an NPC bot in AutoIT. This is going to be a multi-part series, and starting off with part 1, I will be creating the GUI. Before we even start, we're going to need a few things. First off is the img.dll. We're going to need Coda Form Designer and ieframe.dll. All of these things can be found on my website, which is linked in the description below. Alright, once you're done downloading all those things, we can start creating our GUI. So, first off, let's add a font. Use this one. Alright. And then first off, I'm gonna create a large picture. Height 600 by 800. I'm going to create some extra space there, just like that. Alright, so what makes this bot different to other bots that use image search, which this does? So many others, you have to have your browser open and be in-game to be able for it to work, to click around and stuff. Well, this one's a bit different. It'll have your game session right in this window here, and it will work in the background. So you can then work on other stuff while it just bots away in the background. Alright, so on this side we're going to add our settings. Have this group here. I'm going to call this login. So we're going to have remote login using username and password. So username, password, have those. Login. And maybe a little check box for save. Sure, why not? Save. Alright, let's center this more. Let's see, 88, 90, 92. Yeah. Alright. So for the text, we don't want any text, but for password, let's go over to styles and add ES password, so we'll show dots instead of plain text. Let's go back to properties, call this the input, username, input, password, call this b underscore login. Alright, let's go ahead and compile that and see how it looks like. Alright, looks good. Next, let's see. What do we want next? I'm just kind of doing this all off my head. I don't have anything prepped, so I don't know. Pet? Sure. Most people should have a pet. If not, whatever. Don't have to use these settings. So let's see. Have your pet active. Guard mode. Or actually, instead of, let's call this basic settings. General settings. Pet active. Guard mode. So you can have your pet active. And actually, oh, I forgot what it was called. Just when your pet follows you but doesn't do anything. Fuck. Standby. I don't know. Alright, I quickly checked it up. Of course, passive. So you can have it on passive, guard mode, passive pet, guard mode, show FPS on screen, allow jump, and of course to that we have to add change config under attack is there anything else? Nope, I think that's fine. Let's check it out. Yep, looks good. Next up, we're gonna have call this let's see what's next. The actual NPC settings. So attack NPC, of course. And when that is selected, we want let's see, what do we want? List. We want a list of all the different NPCs that you want to attack. Let me just quickly search up all the NPCs that there are. Alright, I have a short list of a couple of NPCs. I I don't want to add like boss and Uber ones. So yeah, there's 11 sorted alphabetically. So next off, let's go over to styles and multiple select. And let's see, is there anything else that we need? Nope. So let's just check it out. Alright, but we're missing. Alright, it allows scroll with your keyboard, but we want mouse scroll. So styles, horizontal, vertical scroll. There we go. Now it has a scroll bar. Yes. There we go. So now you can select all the ones you want to attack. So say want to attack, you have to click this one first, then it will activate the list, and you can select which ones you want, like those two on 2-7, which would be a EC map. Alright. More settings. Alright, this one we're gonna call Circle NPC. Alright, so this is gonna be a nice little feature. So it will circle the NPC to avoid damage. You can have it on or not. So if you don't have it on, you'll just passively stand there and attack. Also, we want follow let's see, how should I name this? So if you don't do a lot of damage, often the NPC will start, when it's low on hit points, it'll start moving away. So this setting is so that you will follow it until it's destroyed. Follow until this down here. Until this let's just call it follow NPC. It's the easiest. I think what I'll do is just a simple hover over, and as it says checkbox 8 TA checkbox, instead of saying something like that, it'll have a little help, like what does this mean, and so forth. Scoot that over so it's aligned. Circle NPC, follow NPC. Right. Let's use a combo box to select the ammunition. So X1, X2, X3. Well, let's actually go by their name. I don't even remember. Alright, we have LCB 10, MCB 25, MCB 50, SAB 50, that new ammo JOB 100. No, you know what? I'm just gonna do those 3 because those are the really only ones that you'll use. What's the UCB? No, fuck. What's the white ammunition X for? I forgot it. UCB 100. I believe that's what it was. Yes. Alright. Those 4 ammunitions are all we need. I'm going to call this ammunition. Alright, ammunition. Looks good to me. Let's move these up a bit like that. All right. Okay. Attack. Yes, looks good. Alright, for the last settings, we're gonna call these flee settings. Alright. Flee on attack. So if you get attacked, it'll fly to a base. So in order to have that to work, you also have to allow jump. Let me actually delete that one. Flee when your hit points so if your hit points are below a certain percentage, you want to flee. Let's see, how do I hit point percent flee? We'll use a combo box. Alright, I can't call it percent. Let's add strings. So 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Right. Okay. Let's have a look at that. Flee on attack. Hit point flee 40%. Wait wait for 100% hit point. So if you flee, it'll repair and wait until you're 100% to start up again. Alright, let's save this. Call it our GUI. Save. Alright, and we have the code generated for us. Alright. This is what it looks like. Now, let's change a couple of things. For instance, this right there. We want to label it ammunition. Have no text. Like that. So ammunition and hit point percent flee are not quite aligned. Let's fix that. So top 84. Let's make that 88. Probably 86 is okay. 86. 50. Alright, perfect. Alright, now that we have the GUI done, just copy the whole thing over into our main script, like that. The includes, move that little part, move that little part. Alright, there we go. So we have here the just basic includes, and we have these two. So we have the string and we have the image search. So the image search AU3 is a custom one. You can download it on my site, and this is what it is, and it interacts with the IMG DLL, but I'll go over that later. Alright, so I already have three functions already programmed. One is DarkOrbit load game. So that is when we will load the game into this section right here, which was to the left, the big little blank space. We have the DarkOrbit login. So this is the little script for the login, and we have a username and code so it can support special characters. That does it for part 1, creating the GUI. Be sure to check out part 2, where I will be creating the window for the game and doing the whole login part.